Hello and thank you for watching Access Asia here on France 24. I'm Rochelle Ferguson-Biahi. Coming up on today's show. Rajasthan says no to child marriage. We follow an NGO who's fighting against the outdated practice. Malaysians turn the page on corruption. Our correspondents explore reactions as the country's former Prime Minister faces a corruption probe. Plus, are you concerned that your flirting skills aren't quite up to scratch? Fear not, dating gurus in China claim to have the recipe for success. We begin in Rajasthan, India, where several NGOs are fighting against the tradition of child marriage. Now, the practice is most often seen in families keen to marry off their daughters to ease economic burdens. Well, the untimely unions often see children forced to leave school. Despite efforts from both teachers and families, old traditions die hard. France 24's Robert Sutton-Mattox reports.
Jodhpur, the blue city of Rajasthan. Tucked away in its twisting alleyways, an association in a secret location. Here, volunteers are helping young women to divorce.
I have prepared all the documents for your case. We will double-check them.
This is Binky. She was married at 15, her husband 16 years older.
My husband was an alcoholic, and his family also beat me. So I tried to escape back home, but my parents-in-law threatened me and said they would kidnap and kill me.
Hunted by their families, these two young women have found safety in this refuge. Child marriage is illegal in India, but the practice is seen as an ancestral tradition. In Rajasthan, 65% of women are married before they are 18 years old. Traditions die hard in the small villages outside the cities. This man has two daughters, aged 13 and 11. He wants to see them married as quickly as possible.
In our society, we get married at 14 years old. 18 is too old. If the girls are old, it becomes very difficult to find a husband. And if you wait too long, they'll fall in love and run away instead.
His eldest daughter, Asha, does not share her father's aspirations, but has little choice.
For me, it's bad because we're too young to join another family. I won't be able to carry on studying as I'll have to take over all the household tasks. There are even young girls who die from too much work.
But haven't you spoken to your father?
No.
For years, NGOs have been trying to end child marriage. Under this colourful tent, the organisers are trying to change age-old mentalities, combating the problem by using another old tradition, puppet theatre. In each village of Rajasthan, the association performs the same play.
Look at you. You need to get married. You're 13 years old. Stop playing. If you go outside once more, I will break your legs without hesitation, and I will attach you with a chain.
Words designed to shock and to make people think differently.
My daughter must finish her studies and find a job. After that, she can marry. My life was wasted because I married too young.
Even though there is a lot to do, the message is getting through. According to a recent UNICEF report, child marriage has fallen 20% in 10 years. In the countryside, Indians are rallying behind the cause in increasing numbers. There's hope that these young girls will grow up with opportunities to study and to enjoy their childhood, and when they're adults, marry whoever they like.
We'll head to Malaysia next, one of Southeast Asia's richest economies. Now, Malaysia recently turned the political page after 6 decades of the same party in power. Well, many there calling for an end to high-level corruption. The former Prime Minister Najib Razak is facing a corruption probe into a sovereign wealth fund he set up called the OneMDB. Our regional correspondent Clovis Kasali reports.
It's the new attraction in Kuala Lumpur. A Sunday outing for families who come take pictures outside the home of Malaysia's former Prime Minister. Najib Razak now spends most of his time behind closed doors in this wealthy area. Najib's downfall was both spectacular and unexpected. After his defeat in May's election, police raided his home and seized dozens of bags of cash and jewellery. He's forbidden from leaving the country, suspected of pocketing hundreds of millions of euros of public money.
This is a shame, you know. Everybody was knew about it, but never appeared in newspapers.
Why?
Well, Najib.
He's embroiled in the 1MDB scandal, named after a public investment fund he set up, where billions of euros have gone missing. Corruption was a key factor in the historic defeat of UMNO, the ruling party since Malaysia's independence in 1957. Ironically, it was one of its best-known faces who led the opposition to victory. Mahathir Mohamad turned his back on former friends to become at the age of 92 the world's oldest prime minister. When he first ruled Malaysia, it was with an iron fist. He modernized the economy and became a powerful figure in the region, meeting with world leaders ranging from Tony Blair to Fidel Castro. He was also a driving force in strengthening Islamic values in society. He explained his shock political comeback by the need to restore the rule of law. As soon as he won the ballot, he secured a royal pardon for opposition icon Anwar Ibrahim, a former rival who was put behind bars when he was in power. Anwar had been charged for sodomy, a crime in Malaysia, where homosexuality is illegal. His wife is now deputy prime minister, and he will become leader if Mahathir sticks to his promise of handing over power within 2 years.
Of course, I would contend the fact that he's the prime minister. When my turn comes, I will deal with it my way. But right now, I think we should give him the latitude to decide, navigate.
The government is looking to recover the billions of euros that vanished in the 1MDB scandal. The opposition's historic victory has paved the way for change, and some of Malaysia's elites could soon face justice, however powerful they once were.
Now, to any tourist looking for a destination a little bit off the beaten track, a once bustling Chinese island turned ghost town could be just the answer. Now, a shadow of its former self, Houtouwan is these days overrun by nature. Only 5 people and some dogs inhabit the island today. Ivana Skotola explains.
Perched atop misty cliffs overlooking a stormy sea is a ghost town that's been overrun by nature. This is Houtouwan, a once bustling fishing village on an island off the east coast of China. Once, 3,000 people lived here in these houses hugging the cliffs. Most left in the mid-1990s to relocate to another town on the island with a school and better transport links. Now, all that remains are 5 residents and a pack of strayed dogs. Sun Ayu is one of them. The 62-year-old former fisherman remembers why everyone left.
Transportation was inconvenient, and also there was no education. The teachers couldn't teach here. It was too far away. They arrived in the dark and left in the dark. That was the problem.
It's an example of a broader migration trend in Chinese society that's seen countless move from rural areas to urban megacities like Shanghai and Shenzhen. Now, though, the town's eerie beauty is attracting tourists from the mainland, keen to see a different side to bustling China.
It feels like the humans were kicked out and nature returned it to the way it used to be. That's my instinct. It feels like this place belonged to nature from the very beginning, and the invaders finally left.
In a country with rampant development, where greenery is often scaled back to make way for high-rises and new property, Houtouwan offers a surprising exception. Here, it seems Mother Nature has made a triumphant return to claim back what was once hers.
And we end in China, where for many 30-somethings, finding your soulmate can be challenging, to say the least. Not to worry, though, some of the country's top dating gurus claim to have the recipe for success. They're teaching young singletons how to master the art of flirting. Apparently, turning on the charm is essential.
Wedding fever in Shanghai.
where singles dream of one day finding their Mr. or Mrs. Right. In a country where men significantly outnumber women, it's not always easy, with some stumbling out of the starting blocks in their quest for love.
I think flirting with a girl is difficult.
A guy has to be a real natural to hit on a girl.
Luckily for nervous novices, there are seduction courses, a sort of flirting for dummies. Dating guru Eric Chen is teaching these students how to turn on the charm in a shopping centre.
When you approach someone you don't know, keep a certain distance. It's very important. A distance like this, it's good. You guys, you understand?
Today's challenge, approaching a girl. No fireworks for now, so the teacher shows the pupils how it's done.
Hi, I was just passing by with a friend and I was thinking, you have style. I just wanted to come over and say I'd like to get to know you.
It doesn't take him long to get the girl's number. 3 months of classes sets back students between €2,000 and €4,000. Of course, falling head over heels is no guarantee. But after graduating from the School of Seduction, most students can score a date.
These lessons have helped me better understand the female psyche and what really goes on in women's minds. It'll help me flirt with girls.
First, you need to learn the elements of surprise, creating romantic moments. I also tell them to do things together, go out for a meal or to the movies, or even go supermarket shopping or a trip to IKEA.
Single men in China are called guannom, which means dead branches. Seduction classes and dating apps are rapidly on the rise. And there's even an app for parents, keen to set up their single children.
Welcome to our office.
A year ago, this developer secured €1 million in funding to launch the app, and now has 12 employees and is at the top of a booming market.
In China, a lot of parents still have an only child, so marrying off their child becomes their #1 concern.
Around 200 million people in China are single. The dating market is believed to be worth more than €1 billion. There you have it. I hope you picked up some flirting tips there. We'll be back at the same time here on Access Asia next week. Do join us then.